I was trying my best to do a video on this without having to show the video, but it's like I couldn't find, at first I couldn't find any article pertaining to the story because all I had was a video. But thanks to one of my followers on Twitter, they were actually able to retrieve something related to the story. This actually happened across the pond. This actually happened in the UK. And without me showing the video, because it would be, I know that I would probably have to age restrict the video, or YouTube would age restrict it for me. But in the video, you have this black girl and this white chick. I don't know if I don't know their ages, but I'm gonna just say black female, white female, who are fighting right in the middle of the street. And this is the black female right here, and this is the white female that she's fighting right here. And they are just going at it one on one. And where the video starts at is someone is like a group of other white females. They range in age. One of them looks like an adult. The other two look like they're teenagers. And they come up, and at first no one intervenes. It's just them two going at it. Then all of a sudden, when the black female gets the best of this one right here, like she gets her on the ground and starts pummeling, like hitting her in the head, like going in. Then all of a sudden, the two teenage girls that come with the adult white female, who sounds like she has more husk on her voice than an ear of corn, literally get in and start jumping the black female. And that's typical of people to do that when their friend or whoever is getting the best of them. But it was so bad because it literally turned into like a 4 against 1. Like, she was literally out there fending for herself. Granted, they didn't knock her out or anything like that. The girl was able to get up, after they finally separated them, after they were going at it for like damn near 3 minutes. But the fact of the matter is that this black female was jumped. And by this one right here, this one in the pink, pissed me off the most. If you see the video, you'll see what I mean. Like, they came over and kicked her in the back, kicked her in the head, started hitting her, pulling her hair. As you can see, she has a braid right here that's on the ground. And then it went from the street and then onto the sidewalk. They started to drag her and hit her and kick her some more, until finally a guy came up and broke it up. And the thing is, she was out there alone. She was the only black female, or the only black person out there. Everybody else was PC. And the bad part about it is the adult white female that was coming up with the teenage girls, or the ones that look like teenagers, which is this one in the pink, and you can't see it, but this other one right here, she was literally egging it on. Nowhere was she trying to stop it or anything. She was telling them in so many words to beat her ass. She probably said something else, because according to the article I'm gonna read, they have deemed this a racially charged attack. So she was literally telling her telling them in the video to beat her ass, kick her ass, whoop her ass, pull her hair, and all types of stuff. This is an adult. But in that moment, she didn't care. It was a black female. And at that point, she really didn't care about being the adult in this situation. Now, I don't know if this adult female knew who this woman was, the white female she was fighting, but it sounds like maybe she did, and that's why they did what they did. But the fact of the matter is, it should have never got to that point. It'd be a 1 versus 1 fight, but they got dirty because the black female was whooping her ass. So they intervened, and then they ended up pummeling on her, but not enough to knock her out. As a matter of fact, the black female, before they jumped her, did more damage to her than they did to her while they was fighting against her 3 or 4 against 1. So that means their hits didn't really do much, but that just showed you how weak they were. And the thing is, it wasn't just the thing of they went in for a couple of hits and it was just it. They went in multiple times. Like, it's like they jumped in, got a couple hits, jumped out, jumped back in, got a couple hits in, and jumped back out. Like, if y'all see the video, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. But I wanted to get all of that out there just so y'all can get a summary of what the video shows. And if you see the video for yourself, I'm telling you, it's gonna piss you off. It's gonna be one of the things where you wish you could have jumped to that screen and got a few hits in on the ones that jumped her. But I'm gonna go ahead now and read this article that's coming from Metro.com, because they have been arrested. The ones that were involved with jumping her did get arrested. And it said it was over a racially aggravated attack. Police were called to reports of an assault at a Thomas Knevitt, I probably pronounced it incorrectly, college in Ashford on Monday at 2:30 p.m. when they discovered an injured girl. Footage shared online shows the black schoolgirl being punched and kicked and having her braids pulled out, while onlookers shouted, "Kick her in the face." 3 girls aged 10, 11, and 16. 10, 11, and 16. So I'm thinking that these were all teenage girls, but 2 of them were under the age of 13, literally helping to jump this black female. To the black women out there, this is what some of your sisterin aligned with back in the day. I just had to put that out there. As well as a 39-year-old woman and a 43-year-old man. I bet you the 39-year-old woman was the one that was yelling, kick her in the face. If you watch the video, the one that I said had husk on her voice. A 6th suspect, a 15-year-old girl, is also wanted by police over the incident, but remains at large. Thousands have now signed a petition in protest, while dozens attended a demonstration at college yesterday, forcing it to temporarily close. A Surrey police spokesperson said, "We are aware that this incident has caused concern among students, parents, and staff at Thomas Knevitt College, as well as the wider community. We would like to reassure you that as an investigation is underway, 5 arrests have been made in connection with this incident, and we are working closely with Thomas. I think it's Knevitt or Knevitt. It might be Knevitt, and the K may be silent. Thomas Knevitt College as we investigate this matter. We are also aware that several videos of this distressing incident are circulating on social media. We ask that you do not share any videos or images of this incident, but to submit them via the link below so they can be considered as evidence in this investigation." Well, at this point, it's already too late, because I think this video has circulated the internet or been viewed at least over 1 million times by now. That's the thing. Once it's out, I always say whenever something is out there on the internet, it's pretty much out there forever unless you're quick enough to remove it. In a statement on its website, the school said it closed early on Wednesday in the interest of safety of all concerned. Uppermost in our thoughts has been the welfare and care of the victim, but the Howard Partnership Trust, of which Thomas Knevitt College is a part of, is aware of this incident has caused tension among the wider community, school bosses wrote. "We are taking this situation extremely seriously, and we are working with all agencies involved. We need to ask for calm and patience while vital work is undertaken to establish the facts." Inspector Maxine Cilia said, "The video footage of this incident is shocking, and we appreciate the concern it will have caused the wider community. Every school child should feel safe as they move through the local community, and we will not tolerate this level of violence. We are providing specialist support to the victim, who has now returned home after being treated for the injuries she sustained in this distressing assault." And it's really messed up. And to those of you and let me just let this be a message to the black people in the diaspora. Let me put y'all, up on some game right quick. When foundational black Americans, FBA, say that white supremacy is global, believe us when we say that. Don't think that white supremacy is just regulated to the United States. It's not. As you can clearly tell by the story I just read and the overview of the video that I gave before I read the one piece of this article. It's everywhere. Now, granted, it's most likely worse here than it is in some other places. But then again, I can't gauge all of that because I haven't been to those other places. But I know for a fact, without me having to fly across the globe and, globe trot, I know for a fact that white supremacy has a representative or a representation amongst some of the people that are there. It's definitely clear right here in this story right here. I hope that the young lady is going to make a full recovery. I know that this is very traumatizing for her because all she was doing was defending herself, and I'm willing to bet that that palm-colored semen stain started it, and then she was in the middle of finishing it, and because she was finishing it, these other little bitches had to step in and intervene. Isn't it interesting how I just did a video about those white girls at that Catholic school in Philly and what they did? And now here I am, more recent, doing another video, but this time across the pond, about some white girls from a school. Well, they didn't all go to that school, but some white girls, period. And literally some white girls, because 3 of them who jumped her weren't even 18. Literally now doing a video about some more Karens in training. And this time, and also the parallels between both stories is the attack was against black women or girls. Because the first one, they were imitating or trying to mimic black girls or black women. And this one, a black woman or, young black lady was being attacked. I mean, I don't know if I should call this a coincidence or not, but, it's a repeated pattern that I'm noticing. But all in all, the message of this video is to always have your head on a swivel, travel in packs. I always tell people that, the soft targets, she was a soft target in this instance. She was handling her own until they came in. Everything was going good. She was handling her business until they jumped in, literally, and did what they did. But this is common for people like that. They know that they can't win a fair one, so what do? They have to resort to these type of tactics. It's just unfortunately she didn't have at least one other black person, whether another black female or a black man that was there. If she had at least one other helping hand, it would have been a wrap for them. I guarantee it. But maybe now, when she goes out, she's going to be around, with other people, preferably those who look like her, just in case they try to pop something off again. And, they'll be better prepared. Because I don't know what their power tool policy is in the UK. I do know that the police over there aren't allowed to carry guns. Because I believe it was something that happened years ago, and then once that happened, they deaded that. So they pretty much have everything else that an American police has except the gun. But I don't know how it works for those in the UK as far as a regular citizen. I do know that I have some UK subscribers, and they probably heard about this story way before we did. So if I have any of my subscribers that are in the UK, can you tell me what the policy is for citizens over there carrying a power tool? And do they have strict gun laws, or are they pretty lax?